I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Monday, April the 11th, 2016. 3 young Palestinian men thought to have been planning a terror attack on Israelis were arrested in cooperation between Israel and the Palestinian Authority. The 3 had been missing for nearly 2 weeks, which raised concerns among their families and authorities. They were found on Saturday near Ramallah in the West Bank with a large amount of weapons, including hand grenades and a submachine gun, found by a joint force of Palestinian police and the Palestinian Internal Security Services. The 3 were said to be members of terror group Hamas and were thought to have been on their way to a large-scale terror attack this weekend. The terror group Hamas denounced the cooperation between the Palestinian Authority and Israel, calling it a serious escalation in the coordination between them. And the Jerusalem Post reported this afternoon that PA President Mahmoud Abbas has decided to cut off funds to the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, the PFLP terror group, in response to their criticism over recent cooperation between the PA and Israel. The IDF sealed the home of a Palestinian teenager charged with causing the death of an Israeli man last year. Army and police units filled the East Jerusalem home of Abed Dawiat with cement to make it uninhabitable, an alternative to home demolition that does not cause any risk to neighboring homes. Dawiat was 17 at the time of the September 2015 attack, where he threw a rock at the vehicle of 64-year-old Alexander Levlovitz, causing his car to crash into a pole and killing him. A total of 4 Palestinians from the Tzur Bachar neighborhood, including Dawiat, were indicted over the attack, but Dawiat, the courts ruled, was the one who threw the rock that hit the car and who stood closest to the car. Sealing orders for the other 3 stone throwers accused were canceled by Israel's Supreme Court yesterday. An Israeli program geared towards strengthening ties between schools in Israel with those abroad is being honored with a Jerusalem Unity Prize. The Global School Twinning Network is a program of the Jewish Agency for Israel, and during an event at the Paris Center for Peace last week, the program was named as winner in the global category for the award, which was founded in memory of the 3 Israeli teenagers, Naftali Frankel, Gilad Sher, and Eyal Yifrach, who were kidnapped and murdered by Palestinian terrorists in the summer of 2014. The prize will be presented at a ceremony at the residence of Israeli President Reuven Rivlin on June the 1st, which is also observed as International Unity Day. Jerusalem Mayor Nir Barkat, who chairs the prize committee, said the Global Schools Twinning Initiative showcases the very best of Jewish communal life through its efforts to bridge gaps and is proof that the Jewish people remain as united as ever, saying this is a strength that enables us to overcome any challenge. Recently retired ADL National Director Abe Foxman is once again at the helm of the fight against anti-Semitism. Foxman will now lead a new center for the study of anti-Semitism and other forms of hatred at the Museum of Jewish Heritage, a living memorial to the Holocaust in New York City. Foxman retired from the ADL last summer and has been working as a fellow for an Israeli think tank since September. He told the Times of Israel regarding the new post, "Here was an opportunity to be involved in what was missing," noting that the Holocaust centers across the U.S. show what happened, but that the why it happened is mostly limited to the issue of Nazism. Foxman said that's important for future generations to understand what hate can do, but he noted the disease of anti-Semitism goes back 2,000 years. American singer Barry Manilow is heading to Israel this summer. The veteran performer will take the stage for 2 nights in Tel Aviv, entertaining all of his fanalos there on June the 30th and July the 1st. This will reportedly be the first time the now 72-year-old Jewish singer performs in Israel, part of his One Last Time, The Final Tour, which is currently making its way across the U.S. The Passover is fast approaching, and with the holiday, a new look for one company's matzah boxes. Yehuda Matzahs, a private Israeli company distributed in the U.S. by Keiko Kedem Food Products, has partnered this year with PJ Library, giving children across the U.S. something to read off of the matzah box. PJ Library, which sends content to over 400,000 Jewish children and families each month, approached the matzah company with the idea, and this year's boxes now have the PJ Library logo, a cartoon illustration by children's book author and illustrator Todd Parr, as well as contact information to help get the word out about the library's educational offerings. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS from Monday, April the 11th, at 7:30, Howard Jacobson talks about his book, Shylock is My Name, The Merchant of Venice Retold, an adaptation of the Shakespeare classic with author Andre Elion Brooks at a program of the JCC of Greenwich and ADL of Connecticut at the YWMCA in Greenwich, Connecticut. At 8 tonight, Director of ISGAP Charles Small talks about modern anti-Semitism and how it has found an eager sponsor in post-revolutionary Iran in a program of Limud 2016. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with Senior Rabbi of the Sinai Temple in Los Angeles, Rabbi David Walpe, to talk about his book on King David. And at 10, Alan Dershowitz and Dennis Ross talk about the U.S. relationship with Israel with moderator Bloomberg News editor Ethan Bronner. And coming up right after this newscast tonight at 6:30, senior online editor for Commentary magazine Jonathan Tobin discusses the Jewish community's attitudes regarding Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders, Donald Trump, and Ted Cruz, with Mark S. Golub on election 2016. And that's the JBS News Update from Monday, April the 11th, 2016. I'm Teisha Bader.